Hey guys, it's Tyler with Loft Sports coming at you with my Notre Dame USC reaction video. Irish picked up a big win on Saturday night, 30-27 over the Trojans. Got Gordon in the studio today, so if you guys hear any jibber jabber, that's probably what that is. Alright, so big win for Notre Dame. Always nice to get a win over USC. This is our third win in a row over them. First time we've had a 3-game winning streak or more in this series since the late 90s, early 2000s, back when Bob Davie was coaching. So picking up some good momentum. Yes, USC's 3-3. They're not as good as they normally are. They're probably going to be looking for a new coach at the end of the year. But they're still just as talented as most programs in the country, so it's always good to get a hard-fought win and keep the shillelagh back where it belongs in South Bend. A lot of things to take away. I'll be honest, I wasn't able to watch the whole game in its entirety. My little sister was getting married, so I was back in Nebraska for a wedding. I tried to watch as much of it as I could on my phone, to my sister's disliking, but it's not my fault. She got a wedding day on the day we played USC. But we worked it out, and I was able to watch a little bit of the game. So, some things to take away. I'm a little disappointed. We got up 20-3. I was like, okay, another big win over USC, putting them in their place. And then it's like the coaching staff got complacent. We were running the football, picking up 7-8 yards a play. Tony Jones was doing his thing. We found some ways to get other people the ball. We had a nice touchdown run from Lindsey on a reverse. And it's almost like the coaches were like, no, we want to keep USC in the game. Book had a terrible night throwing the football. 17 of 32, barely 50% completion rate. It's like the coaches were like, no, we want to throw, we're going to throw, and if we go 3 and out and give USC the ball right back, we don't care. I just don't understand the play calling. I know you got a game plan. I know you want to exploit matchups that you think you have an advantage, but my God, when the offensive line and the running game is in motion, that's when you put teams away. That's what Alabama and Clemson and these Ohio State elite teams do. They just lean on a team in the fourth quarter and bury it. Instead, we're trying to throw the ball all over the field. We go 3 and out. We give the ball back to USC. Next thing I know, it goes from a 20-3 lead to 23-20 and early in the fourth quarter, and I'm sitting there going, damn, are we going to find a way to lose this game? Thankfully, we go down, we put it in the end zone. Book made a really nice play, scrambled on 3rd and 10, got the first down. A couple plays later, he runs it in himself, made a really nice read. I'm not sure if that was a designed quarterback draw or if that was him improvising. I'll give Book credit. When he's not playing well with the passing game, he does find a way to make up for it somewhat with his feet. He's not the most fleet-of-foot guy, but he was able to make some good plays, keep that drive going, put the dagger in. Would have liked to see the defense not let him go right down and score, but I'll take the win. It's a victory against a formidable opponent, although not the best opponent. Keeps us in the hunt for a major bowl game. Okay, so my 3 keys coming into the game. Number 1 was impose your will, and we did that. Over 300 yards rushing. Tony Jones 176 on his own. I like the way our run game is gradually improving week to week. Second thing was pass rush, and the defense did a good job. 4 sacks and no turnovers forced, but overall we got some pressure on him. In my preview video, I actually thought Fink was going to be starting. I didn't know Slovis had been cleared. I did my video kind of early in the week, so I was glad USC had their better quarterback. I didn't want to hear any excuses from Notre Dame haters about how it was their 3rd-string quarterback and all this and all that. So I thought we did a pretty good job getting to Slovis, making him uncomfortable, making him throw the ball when he wasn't ready, and 4 sacks is a pretty good number for the D-line. So they continue to do their thing. And then the last thing we didn't do, separate and annihilate. I thought we were on our way to doing that. We jumped out to a 23 lead early in the second half. Our kicker was the MVP in this game. I think he had 3 field goals over 40. One of those was over 50. That's awesome to have a kicker you can rely on. I didn't know, I'll be honest, I didn't know he was that good of a kicker. I thought that'd be an area we'd regress a little bit this year with special teams. Special teams was awesome in this game, but too close for comfort. Style points are going to matter. It's like the old BCS era days. You've got to beat teams big to impress the committee. And I'll talk more about our playoff chances in a minute, but for Notre Dame, what we can control, I thought we did a bad job of lacking killer instinct and letting a USC team come back in the game when they really had no business hanging around. My 3 main takeaways for the game. Number 1, Book is just not good right now. I talked about it a minute ago. His completion percentage is terrible. He's just not throwing the football with any accuracy. He looks shaken in the pocket. He looks like he's making one, maybe two reads, and then he's looking to scramble. He's not trusting his offensive line. He's not trusting the plays and his receivers to get open. We got some talented guys on the outside. He's got to learn to hang in there, and when he does, he's got to make some throws. He had some terrible missed passes that could have extended drives. At some point, it's going to cost us a game, and it's going to cost us against Michigan if he doesn't clean that up. Thankfully, we got a bye week to get ready. Number two, the running game is getting so much better. Week to week, we're starting to run the football. We're starting to look more authoritative on the front line. 300 yards rushing against anybody is good, especially against a good team like USC. And then number three, Cole Kmet cannot be stopped. This dude, NFL tight ends like Travis Kelce, Rob Gronkowski, etc., when you got a guy like that, even at the highest level of football, it is tough to stop. This dude has got to keep getting the touches. I think he had 8 catches for 60 yards and a touchdown. It is awesome that he's back and he's healthy. Since his return in the Georgia game, this offense has an X factor and Ian Book has an out. Even when he's not playing well, he had some big third down catches for us to keep drives alive. Okay, so let's talk a little bit briefly here about our playoff, as Gordon's already breaking that segment down for us. Is there still a chance Notre Dame can make the playoff? As long as we win out, there's always a chance. But Georgia taking a loss at home to South Carolina significantly hurt us on Saturday. We really needed Georgia to keep looking good. Now that quality loss to Georgia a few weeks ago looks less impressive after they got beat by they weren't even an average South Carolina team. South Carolina's terrible. And then Virginia goes down to Miami Friday night and they lose. So our best win of the season now looks even less impressive than it did a couple weeks ago. There's a couple of things I think Notre Dame can still have fall their way. Number one, we need Michigan to beat Penn State this weekend. We've got to have Michigan win the Big Ten. Is it happening? Probably not. Ohio State and Wisconsin are better. But if Michigan can win the Big Ten, there's an outside chance. USC still controls their own destiny in the Pac-12, so maybe they win the conference. If we have a couple wins over conference champions, that'll add some merit to our strength of schedule. We need Georgia to rebound, get themselves right, go on a run and win the SEC. And we're going to need Oklahoma, LSU, Alabama, Wisconsin, and Clemson to lose. There's an enormous amount that we need to have happen. But fortunately, a lot of these teams still have to play each other in the coming weeks. So I'm not going to give up on the playoffs quite yet, but we're still in line for a major bowl game. We got a bye week next week, and then we got a huge one in the Big House 2 weeks from then. Hopefully Notre Dame can build off of this win and keep pushing toward a quality season. Thank you guys so much. Go Irish. This is Tyler with Loft Sports signing off.